Hello guys, welcome to Cube Brain channel. Today I'm going to be telling you guys how to solve Rubik's Cube. So first of all, you need to understand the pieces of a Rubik's Cube. In a Rubik's Cube, there are edges and corners and center pieces. The edges are these pieces and the corners are the ones with 3 sides. So basically, we will first create a daisy, which is bringing the white edges here. And then we'll create a cross. Then the first layer, this. The second layer, this. And finally, we will do the third layer. Firstly, we will make a yellow cross. Then we will solve the full yellow on top. And then solve these pieces over here. So let's scramble the cube. So first of all, we will create daisy. So for example, if a piece is at the bottom, we will turn this 2 times to bring the piece on the top. And then for this piece, we can do this or this, because if we do this, first of all, the white side is not pointing up and we're taking this out. If we do this, this piece comes out, so we need to turn it and bring this here so that we create the daisy. Second step, we need to solve the white cross, but correctly. What I mean by correctly is that we can't just do that because it isn't correctly done. So this is correct, this is wrong, this is wrong, and this is wrong. So to redo that, over here, we need to align these, one of them, and then turn 2 times. This is already aligned, we turn it 2 times. This one's not aligned, so we bring it here, bring it down, and then this finally. So now we've got our cross, and it's correctly done. Now for our second step, it's to create the first layer. So to create the first layer, we basically will flip the cube upside down and bring the white cross here. So then we need to solve the white correctly. So for example, I can't just do that because it's not correctly done. So to do this correctly, we will first bring the piece under where it's supposed to be. So this is white, red, blue. We need to find the red, blue. So here's red and blue. So we bring the piece under it. And then we bring it to our right side and do this repeatedly until the piece comes over here. And make sure it's correct. See, it's correct. Now for our second thing that could happen, it might be on top, so we just do that algorithm once and then it will come down. So then this is the white, green, red under the green and red, and we repeat that. Yep, it's solved. Now for this, we bring it under here and we do the algorithm. Now over here, this one's on top, so we need to do the algorithm once. It comes back down. We bring it under here and then do that move until it comes up here. So now we have this whole thing solved. Now there are 2 algorithms we need to learn. So basically in this step, there are 2 cases we could get. First case is when the piece we're supposed to be bringing here aligns over onto your right side, and it might align with the left side. So over here it's the front side, so over here it's not aligning to the front side. Let me just show an example. So sometimes it would be aligned in front and not to the right. So firstly, if it was aligned in front, you would do this. First of all, the place where this needs to come would be on your right. So this is the first algorithm. And now we have this solved. So we repeat this to every side. Now for the second case, if the piece aligns to the right. So now the piece is on our right, where this needs to come, and this piece is aligning to our right, not to the front. So we turn the cube to bring this on our left, and then we do this. So now you learned the two algorithms. So now I'll just repeat this to the other two remaining sides. So now sometimes if you're doing the algorithm, sometimes a corner might be in the wrong place. So you just do the algorithm once. And then the piece will come out. Okay, so now our two layers are solved. So next, our goal is to create a yellow cross. So basically, to do this, there are three cases we could get. One is where the two yellow pieces are facing up next to each other. The second case could be they're opposite each other, like this, a boar. And sometimes there would be none. So, first of all, if there are none, we do this algorithm once. We do it once. And then, for the second case, where the two are next to each other, we bring it to our top left here, and we do that algorithm twice. So, and then once more. And now for our third case, which is when it's a boar like this, we just make the bar horizontal, horizontal, and then we do that algorithm once. So then we'll have yellow cross done. So then for our next step, our goal is to make the whole cube on top yellow. So to do this, any corner which is not yellow from the bottom, we bring it under here. So under, and then we do this algorithm until the corner is correctly placed. So the yellow is correct now. So then we switch to here and we do the algorithm until yellow solved. Yes, yellow solved there. And then here we need to do it. And now it's fixed. So then we'll have whole of yellow solved. So now we will be looking for something called headlights. So we could have one headlight. Just a reminder, headlights can also be a full color side. So you could have one pair of headlights, four pairs of headlights, or 0 headlights. So for our first case, if we have 0 headlights, we do this algorithm. And then we'll have 4 pairs of headlights. Now if we only have 1 pair of headlights, so this, we bring it to our left side, the headlights, and then we do this. And then we'll have 4 headlights. And for our last case in this step, when we have 4 headlights, then you just skipped this step. So now for our last step, there are 3 cases you could get. The first case is when one side is solved, and then there are 3 pieces which need to be switched. So to do this, we do this to solve this, we do this algorithm. And that could solve the cube, or you'd need to repeat that algorithm one more time, and then the cube would be solved. Now, for our second step. Our second case is we might have 2 pieces that need to be swapped horizontally and vertically. So these 2 need to be swapped, and these 2 need to be swapped. So to solve this, we do middle layer twice, up once, middle layer twice, up twice, middle layer twice, up once, middle layer twice, and then that will be solved. And now for our last case, we could have 2 next to each other that need to be swapped, and another 2 next to each other that need to be swapped. So to do that, you need to bring 2 that need to be swapped on your right side. So this, for example, is wrong because these 2 won't swap. This is right because these 2 need to swap. Same thing like here, these 2 need to be swapped, so this is also correct. And then middle layer once, up once, middle layer twice, up once, middle layer twice, up once, middle once, up twice, middle twice, and then the cube is solved. Congratulations, you've solved your first Rubik's Cube. I hope this helped you, and if it did, please subscribe. Thanks.